So I came up with this term trauma separated because we talk a lot about being trauma bonded to a narcissist, because that's how we get into this relationship and stay in this relationship. But the separation from a narcissist is a traumatic event in itself, most likely. I've been coaching people for over a year. I can probably count on one hand how many people had a peaceful breakup with a narcissist. And I use that term very loosely. The day I kicked my narcissistic ex out was the day that I was the most scared for my physical safety in probably my entire life. That's a whole traumatic event in itself. And I know I'm not the only one with that story. But in the initial stages of healing, we are so busy just trying to get ourselves back together and just trying to piece pieces together and just sift through all the mental crap that we have to deal with, that we don't take time to grieve or process the actual separation itself. And this can sometimes lead to late onset grief. This happened to me when I was packing up the house we lived in together. This was months after we broke up. At that point, I had already done my 6 weeks of my wellness journey and all this stuff. My trauma bond was broken. I was feeling pretty darn good. And I wept as I was packing up the house because of this concept. I had spent so much time just trying to move into acceptance of who this person actually was that I hadn't grieved the loss of the actual relationship itself and truly processed the fear that I experienced that night. So yes, we weren't just trauma bonded. Most of us were also trauma separated.